Hi, this is Judy at Bill Estes Chevrolet, and today I'm going to speak with Todd Hussong about his experience with purchasing the Volt. And can you tell me what made you first think about buying the new Chevy Volt?
Well, I was with my brother last year before the Indianapolis 500, and Chevrolet was doing a special test drive where there was the new Corvette, the new Malibu, the new Impala, and they had a Volt. So I thought, okay, nobody's standing there next to the Volt, let's go take a drive in the Volt. So I got to drive my very first Volt on the Indianapolis 500, and I was extremely surprised. I think that's one of the things about the Volt that people don't really understand is all the technology that's there, it will surprise them. And that was my first impression. Was I asked the gentleman from Chevrolet, how fast can I drive? And he said, go for it. So I did. And I was very, very surprised.
So how fast did you take it on the track?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the speedometer. I was so awe-inspired by, everything that surrounded me from a driver's view, and of course looking at the track, but focusing on how the car drove and how it felt, and how I would react to an electric vehicle opposed to a gasoline powered vehicle.
Test driving, you thought you wanted to possibly purchase it?
Yes. I was so impressed that it was not maybe a week before I started getting on the internet and looking at blogs, looking at information that other people had posted, and I started a spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet was so that I could figure out, well, can I really afford, and what I found was that the charging of the vehicle at home on 110 volt and very little gas at that point. I didn't know I wasn't going to put any gas in the car. I found that it was very favorable, and I wanted to come in and talk to somebody. So I purchased the car in June. So it was about a month that I took my time and researched the vehicle as much as I could, because 2011 was the first year that the car was out. So I did things like, oh gee, well how's it gonna drive in the snow? It's an electric vehicle, and so I was very, very undecided, even when I came in to talk to the salesperson. And I explained to her, brought my spreadsheets in and talked to her about it, and explained to her that I'm a Honda fan. I have had Hondas since 1978. And so this was going to be a huge jump in technology for me. Stacy was very understanding. She knew it was a big decision for me. I loved my Honda. I had a 2010 Honda Accord two-door. Had always wanted a coupe. I got it. I was thrilled with that vehicle. I was going to keep that vehicle forever. But I started looking into the Volt. I started looking at how much money I could save by buying very little gas. And so I decided, you know what, this is the direction.
How much gas have you used in your Volt since June?
So since June, I've put right at 4,000 miles on the Volt, and I've used 3.8 gallons of gas.
Wow.
I've not gone to the gas station to put any gas in my Volt since I picked it up on June 9th.
What's the longest trip that you've made in the Volt? How many miles?
Probably about 52 miles. I mean, it's my commuter car. I use it to drive back and forth to work. My commute is 44 miles. I'm currently getting about 46 or 47 miles out of a single charge on the 110 volt charger.
Do you think that this technology is something that's going to be around for a while?
Well, I'm certainly hoping so. It's a very unique technology in that it is a true electric vehicle, in the sense you plug it in and you let it charge, but on the same token, There are other competitors that have electric vehicles, but when you run out of electricity, you're done. You better be at home. This one I can drive just like any other normal vehicle, and when I run out of battery power, then I've got an onboard generator that generates the electricity to drive the car. So that was another reason that I wanted to stick with the Volt.
What do you think has impressed you the most so far?
The fact I'm not putting any gas in the car, and it's so much fun. People ask me at work about the vehicle, and I have to tell them first thing, I've not put any gas in the car, and they are very, very surprised. Now, some things, people don't understand the technology. I work in IT, I'm kind of a gadget person, so this car really appeals to me because of all the technology that is in the car, and it's a lot of fun to drive. It like I say, it will surprise, whoever drives it, they'll be very surprised. It's very smooth, it rides great, it's very, very quiet. Even when the gasoline generator is running, it's very, very quiet.
Do you have any concerns for the longevity of the vehicle?
I'm concerned about the battery pack. I'm a person who will keep a car, 100,000, 120,000 miles, and I'm concerned about, okay, how many miles am I going to be able to charge at the end of, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and then how many years am I really going to be able to get out of that battery, and what would it cost me to replace that battery when it just gets to the point where, I'm only getting 10, 15, 20 miles out of a charge. By the way, I have to say, at the end of 3, 4 years, I'm probably going to get into another Volt, and I am hoping that Chevrolet still has the Volt, because it's so much fun to drive. How does an electric vehicle really drive? And I tell them, you get in and you drive it just like any other vehicle. It's no different, except you don't put a key in a slot and turn it. There's just a blue button that says power. You select that power button and the dash lights up. You put it in drive and you go. It's that simple. For me, because I'm a technology guy, it has a lot of cool features. But they're features that you can't see. They're features that drive the electronics, drive the battery, drive the electric motors. And since I'm a gadget guy, I'm really impressed with how the work that Chevrolet has done. I have some technical documents also from magazines that talk about how that technology works. So I'm really impressed with that. It's very comfortable. The interior is comfortable. I do have to say the back seats, you have to be careful about how far you put the front seats back so that kids sitting in the back seat, no problem. But an adult would possibly have some legroom issues if the front seats were pushed. The size of the car is great. I love the size of the car. I'm a Honda guy, so I'm used to smaller vehicles. This is, to me, I would say it's a little bit smaller than a mid-size vehicle, but I've got no problems with it at all. Again, it's very comfortable. The seats are very comfortable to ride in. It's a fun car to drive.
I just have to say one comment. You keep saying I'm a Honda guy, but you're not anymore.
I'm not anymore.
You're a Chevy Volt guy.
I'm a Chevy Volt guy.
And what was it you do when you pass another Volt?
Oh yes, so we do this. When you see another Volt owner, instead of waving at them or giving them a thumbs up, you give them the V sign for Volt.
I'd just like to give you the opportunity to say anything else that you'd like to say, positive or negative or encouraging, or just, even your feelings that maybe I didn't touch on today.
I want to first of all thank you guys, Bill Estes Chevrolet, for being so nice to me. No pressure. The one thing I was really impressed with was I asked Stacy if I could have the demo unit overnight so I could do a full circuit from home to work and back and do a full charge, so that I could take the time to to check my figures that I had on my spreadsheet to make sure that they were close to what everybody else was saying. And everybody has been so nice. I've shaken a lot of hands, a lot of congratulations when I picked the car up. It's a very nice experience coming in here and working with everyone.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Sure.